Another great look right down along the surface.
A.J. Allmendinger, Goldfish Casino camera. Got his thermostat in there. Thermometer. We'll be checking that out throughout the day.
I think I switched to Celsius. You're going to have to do a conversion for us. Kyle Busch in the Toyota Camry. Dale Jr., I'm assigning you Celsius to Fahrenheit conversion.
I'm on it. Hold on.
Okay.
Joey Logano's Coca-Cola cam. Again, one of these great low shots.
Ricky Stenhouse and Edmonds. This is a great helmet cam, and surprisingly, Rick has eaten every donut they delivered to us the other day. And then Daniel Suarez with his Tootsie's cam back on the right rear quarter panel by the spoiler. Well, we talked about it, pit stops. Here they go. Off the banking onto pit road, Parker, coming at you.
Right, and Ross Chastain will pit from the third position in that American flag-looking car at the top of your screen. He complained of the car just being too tight on that run, but he said, I'm able to get to the throttle harder than I have all weekend, and you saw him moving forward. You see that adjustment in the right rear, 4 Goodyear tires, Sunoco fuel, Dave.
His teammate Daniel Suarez overshot his marks just a little bit, but he is in the pit box. 4 Goodyear tires and Sunoco fuel, Martin, no changes.
Yeah, that topic of how far you go with the adjustments, that was on the mind of interim crew chief Sam McCauley for Denny Hamlin. So they're going to go really conservative here, make no changes to the car. Clearly up front, leading all those laps in Hamlin. It'll be a tight race off pit road, but he wins it.
And that was close. It looked like they were working a little bit longer on the right rear of Hamlin. So the field will line back up, and we'll go back to racing here at Nashville Superspeedway.
Call Logano. Hey, Joey, you can save money if you fill up at Shell if you use Advanced Auto Parts Speed Perks.
Dude, I'm way ahead of you.
You saved at the pump?
Yeah, I saved at the pump.
The pump?
The pump.
You saved at the pump! Woo!
Now you can save at the pump when you shop at Advance Auto Parts. Learn more at advanceautoparts.com/gas rewards.
Now, it's my turn.
It's still the E-Press refresh. It's always refreshing everything. Like the Baja Steak and Jack. Pile high with tender shaved steak, topped with delicious pepper jack cheese. They're kicking it up a notch with smoky
Baja Chipotle sauce.
Yep, they're constantly refreshing.
Y'all get your own commercial. Subway keeps refreshing.
For tires, I only trust Goodyear. So I wear Skechers with Goodyear rubber for incredible traction, durability, and stability. If Goodyear rubber can handle what this piece throws at it, just imagine how well it'll perform on your feet. Try Skechers with Goodyear.
Have heard of Carvana and that we sell cars online. What you probably didn't know is that we're in the business of making you happy. We believe buying cars should be something that gets you hyped up, that you should be empowered to shop when you want, where you want, wearing whatever you want, and that your new car ought to come with newfound happiness and zero surprises. So we promise that we'll treat you right, we'll put you in control, and all of us will stop at nothing to drive you happy.
We'll drive you happy at Carvana.
Your age, your name, your trophies. None of that matters this season. Just what beats under your hood. I am NASCAR.
It's the NASCAR Cup Series Ally 400 from Nashville Superspeedway.
We talked about pit road being a busy place and short on real estate. Watch this right here. You're on board the 18, turns in Jackman Kellen Mills vertical. That's over the hood, over the right front fender. It was either get hit or get up in the air. It was crazy. You see some laughter. Let's listen in to what they had to say on the radio.
Dicey, it was. Nice work.
I agree. Dicey. That right there. some athleticism on display. Rick, you and I would have got hit. I'm pretty confident.
Carrying the Jackie did that.
Yeah. All right. Fans on their feet once again as we get ready to go back to Racing Field, approaching the Geico restart zone. It's Hamlin and Suarez making up row one.
Missing from the front of the field. Yeah. Ross Chastain had to pit a second time, lost all that track position.
Great start for Hamlin and the 12 of Ryan Blaney trying to hug that yellow line on the inside.
Martin Truex Jr. making a lot of spots on the outside there in the third groove. He's going to try to go for some more there, Junior.
Yeah,
still 3 wide.
I think, that first restart was really calm, really tame. Little contact there between teammates. Chase Elliott in the 9 car in the middle of the sandwich. The 24, Byron, still a little bit out of control. Way up the issue. Could be an issue with that car, that contact.
Top here, way top. Way top. Just staying up there.
Remember, we talked to him earlier, and he had an issue before the caution, said it felt funny down the straightaway. They hoped it was a tire. The left side tires look aired up. I can't tell on the rights. Maybe that issue.
Guys, I can't drive it this way. It's really bad.
Okay, broke. So that's either that contact, Junior, you mentioned, or before the delay, he said he had an issue.
William Byron, one of the drivers with 2 wins already this season, so he's still in the playoffs. Big crash in 1 and 2. The 48 of Alex Bowman.
Alex Bowman had just been on pit road.
Wow. Right dead center.
Stayed on pit road a long time trying to make changes to this car to improve the handling on it. Lost some track position because of it. Now they're in a wreck.
And in 2 minutes, Hendrick Motorsports loses 2 of their 4 entries in the race.
He's going to try to drive that one back, but look at all the damage.
Destroyed, buddy.
The right front tire coming apart, shredding the body pieces on that car.
Oh, and Byron takes the left-hand turn into the garage. Remember, he said he had an issue earlier. I'm not sure if it was that or contact. Debris continues to come off the 48. Let's look at this 24, Junior.
So a little bit of contact. Not sure if this is what gave him his problem because it looked very minor. Right there. But then as he gets down the straightaway and goes into 1, there's a big wiggle. The car, the steering right there, you can see him out of the gas. See that wobble right there? Not sure exactly what he's feeling or what's going on with the car.
Yeah, I have to believe this is what he was feeling earlier. You could see a little concern in that interview. The car felt funny, and then here's his teammate, the 48, Jimmy Johnson. I'm going back 5 years. Of Alex Bowman. Got the right sponsor, Ally. Can't tell if there's contact.
That's Corey LaJoie behind him. I can't tell if there's contact either.
I think the first look, we had a better look at it as they went down into turn 1.
So he stayed on pit road for a long time with the hood up, making some adjustments. They were really struggling, falling back through the field before that caution.
Right front tire tearing the right front fender off as it's coming apart.
Look at that thing bounces up and down, how rough it is in that car.
All right, so let's just take a look. As we roll in here, we're going to see him. So if we freeze it, he's already backwards as he comes into the picture. It's too hard to tell.
So look at the sevens going up the track. I don't know if he's going to avoid or the contact. He's correcting from the contact that might have happened. Of the story.
He said he thought he was committed to the second lane. What that tells me is he drove underneath of Bowman, and Bowman started coming down, and Corey wasn't expecting him to be there.
So here's a good look at it. We'll be able to see exactly what happened.
Yeah, that's Corey just didn't think he thought he was going to run the second lane, so Corey drove it in the corner deeper. Bowman comes down the racetrack. They make contact.
And that's right around that area. And you don't want to speculate too much, but right around that area where they're downshifting, hand off the wheel. There's a lot going on in the car.
So quickly, things have changed for Hendrick Motorsports. The 24 out and the 48, a lot of damage.
Love that Chevy Blazer. That's our next SUV. Love that Equinox. That's our next SUV.
Nice Trailblazer.
It was love at first sight. What?
The Chevy family of SUVs. Find new options. Find new roads.
Qualified lessees with a current eligible lease can sign and drive this Equinox for around $335 a month. Tax, title, license, and dealer fees are extra. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Want to live the Italian way of life? With Galvani Ricotta, you gotta. You got a breakfast. You got a dessert. You got a pizza. You got a pasta. When you've got Galvani Ricotta, you've got endless ways to enjoy a taste of Dolce Vita with your family. You got a ricotta with Galvani, Italy's #1 cheese brand.
Earn 3% on dining, including takeout with Chase Freedom Unlimited. That's a lot of cash back. Are you gonna stop me? Oh, I'm almost there. Too late. Boom. Earn big time with Chase Freedom Unlimited with no annual fee. How do you cash back? Chase, make more of what's yours.
The future is for everyone. So this 4th of July, be ready in a new Ford vehicle. Choose from a Ford F-150 truck, an SUV like Ford Explorer, or a Ford Bronco Sport. Get out there and celebrate your freedom. And do it all in a new Ford, because the future is for everyone. So be ready this 4th of July with Ford. Come into your local Ford stores today to check out our SUV lineup. And now, military and first responders receive $500 appreciation cash on top of all offers. For details, visit buyfordnow.com.
It's the Yankees and Astros tonight on Sports Final.
NASCAR on NBC is brought to you by Sonic. This is how we Sonic. Toyota, let's go places. And by Ally, do it right. Another great crowd on hand here at Nashville Super Speedway. Just the second time that the Cup Series has been to this 1 1/3 concrete oval. And out of the car now in the garage is William Byron. Dave's with it.
Yeah, Rick, and just catching up with William, that was weird. Was it the same weird thing we talked about in the rain delay, in the lightning delay?
Yeah, I mean, it was exactly the same thing. I was having issues with the steering right before the caution for the rain delay and thought it might have been a tire, but right when I started getting strapped in before, like, the steering was, something was off and the steering rack was broken, so went off on the restart, was trying to stay off of guys on the restart. Literally, the steering was just, like, there was nothing, so I was just kind of going where the car naturally was going, so definitely not ideal, but we'll get this Valvoline Chevrolet fixed up and try to go make some laps. Unfortunate that happened, but, you know, we'll learn from it.
Out for the moment.
Nothing we can do.
Yeah. Tough day so far, Parker.
Right, Dave. And we saw Ross Chastain had to go to the back there for that last restart. It was a loose right rear wheel for them, so they came down and tightened that up. And we've seen a lot of these wheel issues throughout this season. You don't want that wheel falling off. Luckily enough for them, they're able to get on pit road, tighten it up, and we'll see how fast that one car is. He's right now in 24th, going to have to drive through the field to get back to the top 5.
Once again, the choose rule in effect here, and Denny has chosen that inside line once again, and Suarez will be on the outside.
We noted the changes to Harvick's pit crew. They had the fastest stop on that last cycle, and now he's in 3rd place.
Running up front, you see the 4 of Kevin Harvick. On the outside of him will be Ryan Blaney. And the field approaching the Geico restart zone once again. Hamlin has had great restarts. all race. What a run, though, on the outside. Look at Martin Truex Jr. in the 19.
Just like the restart before, he's found some confidence up there on the restarts to go where the clean air is at. See what he does down here. It gets a little tougher when you get closer to the front to really make that work. Blaney out of the gas. Truex with a run on Suarez for second. More contact back here. Chase Elliott, man, he's been busy on these restarts.
Martin Truex Jr. uses that high line, keeping the momentum up. And he's going to try to get second away from Daniel Suarez as he goes to the outside.
The Toyotas are hot tonight. Down into 3, just about clears the 99. Should have the momentum off the corner. Suarez fighting back, though. Going to maintain this battle down the front straightaway.
See the fire coming out of the exhaust pipes on these cars. That shows you when they lift off the gas.
Pass completed by Martin Truex Jr. He's up to second. Suarez back to third. Hamlin 2 wins already in 2022, but his teammate Martin Truex Jr. still looking for his first win of this season. We see the side-by-side racing here. Kyle Larson just to the outside of Christopher Bell.
Yeah, Larson started up front, and he's trying to fend off another Gibbs Toyota that's driving up through the field. This 20-car Christopher Bell. These two guys have raced each other their whole lives, all through the ranks. Bell's going to take the spot. See what
ducks in behind the 20. And Marty, what's the communication like on the 19 team right now?
Well, I want to know who's behind the wheel of the 19. Junior, did you give Martin Truex Jr. a lesson on the high line? Because throughout his career, he has never liked to run the high line. He's always been a bottom feeder on the racetrack, but he told James Small, his crew chief, before this last restart, I think I'm going to do that again, meaning go to that very high line, make some passes. You know it, Junior. Truex has never been known to go to the top, but he's made it work early.
Yeah, you just have to imagine the concerns about his future and what his decision was going to be with that in the mirror and everything out front. He's here to race and feeling good about it. Got a wreck.
2 cars caught up in it. One of them, Chase Briscoe in the 14, the other Ty Dillon in the 42. And the caution comes out once again.
Damage to the nose of the 42 car.
See if you can fire, bud.
This is the kind of thing that Ty Dillon in that 42 has avoided most of the year. They're very consistent. I don't know how much damage either one of these cars has.
AMR team quickly on the scene. Both these guys able to drive away.
See right here, they enter in turn 1. Ross Chastain making a move. Remember, he had to start in the back with that lug nut problem.
He made the 14 sort of block that move down the front straightaway, and the 14 enters shallow, and the 14, Briscoe loses the back just a little bit as Ty Dillon's kind of coming down the racetrack. Ty's doing nothing wrong, but Ty's coming down the track. The 14 needs a little room when he starts to chase the back of that car, and up into the door of the 42 he goes. So this is a very, very shallow entry, only to block the one behind him. Oh, I'm too fast, I'm spinning out. Up into the 42 he goes. I was trying to listen on board there. You had mentioned a couple times, was his hand off the wheel? We keep talking about the shifting. I think the act of shifting isn't that difficult with the lever forward and backward, but now you're down in the middle of the corner running 150 miles an hour trying to judge this, and you have to take your right hand off the wheel. It gets to be very difficult. I'd love to know if he was in the middle of a downshift at that point. That whole idea of downshifting into the braking zone, I never loved it. We did this at Pocono for years, and downshifting with your hand off the wheel and braking into a corner, all of those things like patting your belly or rubbing your belly and patting your head. I mean, you can't do it. I could never do it. I always try to downshift early, but you cannot do that in these cars. You have to drive the car down into the corner, Marty.
Boy, Joey Logano, not the speed they expected today. Started on the front row, and he's kind of gone backwards. He said that last run they fired off tight, but the car started coming to him. So Paul Wolfe kind of making a call to do something different than everybody else, bringing Logano down pit road, and I believe the only lead lap car that came down pit road.
Admitted, everyone, you're all trying to rub your belly and pat your head right now.
Breaking into a corner plus downshift, there's just a lot going on right there for these guys. And every single one of them's doing it down in the corner. I mean, they're getting used to it, but it's definitely throwing a new element in.
We saw the 22 of Logano and the 6 of Keselowski both make their way onto pit road. This was the reason for the caution. Chase Briscoe, Ty Dillon getting into it, turns 1 and 2.
We love our new home.
It's got granite countertops, crown molding. It's just...
There's so much hammering in the neighborhood.
It's a lot.
Of cereal.
Oh, come on.
Not cool, Thors. Anyone got a light?
I'll order pizza. At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
Does save us a lot.
See Marvel Studios' Thor, Love and Thunder, only in theaters.
Not this again.
And for bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Premium cotton, grown and sewn in America. The new Jockey Made in America tee is the most comfortable t-shirt you'll ever wear. Just know that you're supporting American workers who craft the comfort Americans have trusted since 1876. Remember, there's only one Jockey.
Grilled cheese double burger with 3 slices of cheese.
So, could you ever overachieve something?
Can you overachieve?
No, not overachieve. Overachieve.
Like what you get there.
Come on.
Sonic grilled cheese double burger. Get the overachieve.
Overachieve.
We got the house!
Pods handles the driving. Pack at your pace, store your things until you're ready, then we deliver to your new home, across town or across the country. Pods, your personal moving and storage team.
Ooh. Call Logano. Hey, Joey, you can save money if you fill up at Shell if you use Advanced Auto Parts Speed Perks.
Dude, I'm way ahead of you.
You saved at the pump?
Yeah, I saved at the pump.
The pump?
The pump.
You saved at the pump!
Woo!
Now you can save at the pump when you shop at Advance Auto Parts. Learn more at advanceautoparts.com/gas rewards.
Now, it's my turn.
It's Minion Mayhem on Ninja Warrior.
This dude is a fighter. Go Superman!
And during Ninja, catch an exclusive sneak peek of Minions, The Rise of Gru. The Ninja Warrior Minion event. Monday on NBC.
I've never seen anything like that.
Looking back off the Coca-Cola Pace truck cam, and the field lined up behind him getting ready for a restart. Only 25 laps to go in stage 1. Again, there was a lightning delay that put everyone on pit road for about an hour. The 11 car of Denny Hamlin has been dominant. He has led 64 laps up to this point. But now, Martin Truex Jr. on the outside, and he has been having great restarts. Can he do it again here?
Been having great restarts on the outside. Hamlin gave him, I think, exactly what he wanted. Now he's getting a big push by Blaney down into turn 1. Look at him go. My goodness, that zips around.
Flew by the 11 of Denny Hamlin. And Hamlin back to second for the first time in this race.
Hamlin said he was going to be racing his teammates.
Truex Jr. without a win in 2022. Denny Hamlin has 2 wins. Just behind him, Ryan Blaney, another driver without a win yet. Harvick, running in 4th, also hasn't won in 2022. Over to the inside, you see the 9 of Chase Elliott trying to get by the 99 of Daniel Suarez. 3 wide.
9 almost on the apron, was running out of real estate quickly. He's going to come back to the inside of the 99.
Steve, what's happening with Chase Elliott?
Good things, and the good thing is that there was no real damage from that contact with his teammate William Byron. The car's been pretty well balanced all day, and you can see he completes that pass on Daniel Suarez at this point, putting him up into the 8th position. So far, so good, Marty.
Dave, look who's knocking on the door of the top 10. Kyle Busch from last to 11th, but a little concerned with his cool shirt that he's wearing. Listen.
So the cool shirt works good. Like my core is nice, but my butt feels hot and the bottom of my legs feel hot from the exhaust of the cool shirt device. It is freaking hot.
So, Steve, I asked Nate Bellows, the car chief, about that, and he said, no, we run it almost every week. Anytime it's over 80, Kyle would like to have that cool shirt on, and the box itself is in the same exact position it's always in. He said, I think this is by far the toughest test for this new car with this heat, and that's really what he's feeling more than anything else.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt. Just the ambient temperature is the highest by far. All these drivers had so much history. We talk about notebooks for setups. Well, drivers had notebooks for comfort, what they wanted in the car so they could feel comfortable over the course of the race. They'll have some notes after this one as we see the one of Ross Chastain still trying to recover from that issue on pit road inside the 47 of Stenhouse. These are two tough race car drivers here.
Look how that one car can wrap the bottom just by distance alone, able to clear the 47.
Chastain had been running up in the top 3 before he had to come to pit road for a second time and lost all of his track position. Fighting to get that back now. Parker.
Well, guys, if we go up to the top 5 and look at Kevin Harvick, who's running in 4th just before this last caution, he came on the radio and said, I'm better than the 12th car. I just can't find a way around it. And I talked to Kevin under the red flag and asked him, is that top lane coming in? He said, maybe. We'll see if I can get up there. As you see him following the tire tracks of Blaney, look for him to maybe start getting to that higher lane and see if he can make some speed up there and use the speed of that 4 car to get by the 12th.
Guys, what I'm starting to see is there's 2 types of good cars here in Nashville, right? There are cars like the 4 of Kevin Harvick who says it's driving fine. He just can't seem to pass. Then there's cars like the 19 of Truex, who's currently the leader, who has a good car, but it's flexible. He can go high, he can go low. That's like the next step. That's the next step from your race car, having some flexibility to move around. That allows traffic to be much more manageable.
Chastain up to 16th now as he just went by the 2 of Austin Cindric.
And you can see Cindric a little frustrated with how the one car Chastain kind of pulled in front of him on the front straightaway, thinking, I'm clear. Well, no, you're not, pal. And I'm not real happy about it. Everybody seems to be, even if nothing's happened between them and Chastain, they seem to be annoyed by the guy when they're around when he's around them.
We mentioned that Ross Chastain has ruffled a few feathers on the way to 2 wins. This is what you were just talking about.
Yeah. So the one, I'm not clear, but the 2 gets in here behind him, pushing him down the straightaway. At the wonder, I mean, they have raced against each other in the Xfinity Series. They could have a history from way back. Or the 2 could have just simply been pushing him down the straightaway. Eric Jones way up the racetrack right there in 3 and 4. Not sure that was by design.
Well, I agree. That was higher than I think he was hoping to be.
We mentioned the move of Kyle Busch after starting in the back. Well, Darrell Wallace, Bubba Wallace Jr. was also back there, and he's just in front of Kyle Busch. So Bubba Wallace looking pretty strong as he's moved up into the top 10 in that 9th spot.
Yeah, somebody with an opposite story, Daniel Suarez, restarted 3rd. He's all the way back to 11th. Good battle right here. If you'd have told me on Friday that Kevin Harvick would be racing Ryan Blaney for 3rd place, I'd have said there's no way. He didn't have 30th place speed in his car. Made some great changes to it. Qualified well and still running well today.
Look at this. Harvick looking to the inside. These 2 Fords fighting for position. Blaney right now has that 3rd spot. Harvick trying to move up and take it away from him. Parker?
You see Kevin Harvick dive to the bottom there in turn 1 and 2. What is Blaney fighting as he falls in the clutch of the 4 car? Tight, really tight. Has come on the radio and just complained that he cannot get the front tires to grip inside that 12 car right now. As you see him move up the racetrack, just trying to find any way to get that race car to turn and hold off the Ford Kevin Harvick right now.
Blaney's got 3rd. Harvick fighting for it. Truex Jr. out in front of the field here at Nashville.
Introducing the new 3-for-1 bundle, only from Xfinity. It's unlimited internet, streaming, and Xfinity Mobile, all for what you could pay wireless companies for just one 5G unlimited line. Boom shakalaka! Not only do you get fast speed, but you get unlimited data, Wi-Fi equipment, and a free Flex 4K streaming box included, all with a 2-year rate guarantee and no-term contract. That's the all-new 3-for-1 bundle. It's a whole new way to save with Xfinity. Switch today.
eBay Motors. They have all the right parts at the right prices. Whether I'm on 2 wheels, 4 wheels, or no wheels. Let's ride.
Applebee's late night, because half off is just more fun. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
Expectations come with the territory. But raising expectations, that comes with determination. Pushing ourselves further. And knowing that recognition isn't given, it's earned. Ram, J.D. Power's #1 brand and new vehicle quality. No wonder more people are switching to Ram than ever before.
Every dollar counts these days, so take advantage of this great offer during the Ram 4th of July sales event.
New England's NASCAR race is back at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. There's dirt racing Friday night, a doubleheader on Saturday. Sunday, the NASCAR Cup Series stars return for the Ambetter 301. There's camping, nighttime concerts, trackside live, and fan zone action you just can't miss. It's a wicked fast, wicked fun weekend for the whole family. Your one chance to see NASCAR in New England, July 15th through 17th. Get your tickets today at NHMS.com.
Let me show you something, Ace. Watch this.
In the face.
I'm Austin Dillon.
We're about to win. Whitney Dillon, CEO of the Dillon household.
He's looking a little stiff right now.
What do you want me to do with my hand?
I'm Paul Swan. My neighbor.
I'm Mariel Swan, and we've all been best friends for 8 years.
We're like high school kids.
I just drive the race car.
Austin Dillon's Life in the Fast Lane, Thursdays at 9:30 on USA.
Looking down on the mile and a third, thanks to Geico. That's our aerial coverage brought to you by Geico. And the gap had closed to about 2 car lengths. Now, Martin Truex Jr., after passing a lap car, has put about 4 car lengths between he and second place Denny Hamlin. But Hamlin has been chipping away at that lead.
Dale Jr., this goes back to exactly what you and Jeff talked about when we looked at the playoff standings and the lack of playoff points, right? A playoff point will be awarded for the stage win. Truex is just looking for a win for some sort of assurance to be in the playoffs. Hamlin, with those 2 wins, he is looking to fill that bucket up, trying to get by his teammate.
These two have drove away from third place battle, Blaney and Harvick, but right behind Harvick and Blaney, Christopher Bell, these 2 guys, his teammate. Christopher Bell is driving up through the field as well. Joe Gibbs Racing putting on a clinic today, Marty.
Well, no offense to Steve Jr., but sometimes it helps when your crew chief is a driver. Even the interim crew chief for Denny Hamlin, Sam McCauley, former driver, Legends car driver. Normal crew chief was a former driver, too. He heard Martin Truex Jr. say he was loose. He said, take advantage of it immediately on the radio to Denny. His right rear is going to be too warm. Let the pounce now.
I like that. Take advantage. You know somebody has a weakness. How do you take advantage of it? That's the question. Truex is up there running on the top lane. It's not like you're going to be able to get on the outside of Truex to try to make him looser. Truex will make this pass really difficult.
And Marty, that was a great point to bring up when a crew chief says pounce on him. A lot of people are thinking, well, they're teammates. Wait a minute, what do you mean pounce on him? When they have on race day, each team is on their own. They are going out there to win for their team. And so the 11 sees an opportunity. They're going to try to take advantage of it.
Denny changes his line to the top here, trying something new. That bottom was working. He's able to close now to the top to create a low momentum down this straightaway, slowly closing in.
And Martin got that information about Denny Hamlin running higher. So now what does Martin do? Martin goes up the racetrack a little bit, trying to keep Denny from being out there. A little bit of maybe a fake by Denny, going to the outside, really wanting the inside, making Martin respond to his move.
I don't know how important this playoff point is to Martin, but we know it is important to Denny. He's mentioned it in interviews this week. He knows if he gets 1, he's in the lead. of as far as the playoff points in the state in the ranking of the drivers, he would have the most, even with the season he's had.
Inconsistency for the 11 team, 2 wins already, but now just 3 laps to go in stage 1.
That was a pretty impressive defensive move by Truex a corner ago. Gonna shut that door off with the air. Cost the 11 4 of 5 car lengths. We'll see if Denny can mount a charge.
Dives back in to the inside, trying to get back up to the back bumper of the 19. They're coming up on just 2 laps to go in stage 1. And Hamlin just doesn't seem to be able to get closer. He tries that inside line. He closes the gap, but the momentum on the 19 side.
Yeah, that high line's a bit of a defensive line when you're struggling like this.
There he goes.
It's going to make Denny do it on the bottom. And it's just, Denny can get there. He just can't quite defend the momentum that 19 has down the straightaway from the top.
1 lap to go. How aggressive will Hamlin be here? To the bottom of the racetrack again. He's closed the gap.
Truex will have the drive, though, off the corner.
A great run here by Denny Hamlin. He's got 3 and 4 to go. To the inside, will it be enough as they come off turn 4 for the stage 1 win? It's going to go to Martin Truex Jr. 4th stage win already for Martin Truex Jr.
Bubba Wallace getting by Chase Elliott in the middle of 3 and 4 to take that 7th spot.
Kyle Busch in front of brother Kurt Busch. And the caution comes out after the top 10 have crossed the start-finish line. So Martin Truex Jr. wins stage 1, but it wasn't easy. A lot of pressure from teammate Denny Hamlin.
Moderate to severe eczema still disrupts my skin. Despite treatment, it disrupts my skin with itch. It disrupts my skin with rash. But now, I can disrupt eczema with Rinvoq. Rinvoq is not a steroid, topical, or injection. It's 1 pill once a day that's effective without topical steroids. Many taking Rinvoq saw clear or almost clear skin, while some saw up to 100% clear skin. Plus, they felt fast itch relief, some as early as 1 week. That's Rinvoq relief.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers, including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least 1 heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your eczema specialist about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
It's still the Eat Fresh Refresh at Subway, and now they're refreshing their classics.
With a classic. Refresh. Because their classic sweet onion sauce is getting refreshed on the new sweet onion steak teriyaki.
You got a refresh too? Line?
For tires, I only trust Goodyear. So I wear Skechers with Goodyear rubber for incredible traction, durability, and stability. If Goodyear rubber can handle what this piece throws at it, just imagine how well it'll perform on your feet. Try Skechers with Goodyear.
Tell me a story.
It's good to be the world's biggest, freest, funnest, for everyoneist, free streaming platform.
It don't seem fair, does it? No, it don't.
Tubi. Watch free.
eBay Motors. They have all the right parts at the right prices. Whether I'm on 2 wheels, 4 wheels, or no wheels. Let's ride.
Your age, your name, your trophies. None of that matters this season. Just what beats under your hood. I am NASCAR.
You can download the official app of NASCAR and follow the action with free live scoring, in-car cameras, as well as radio broadcast. Search NASCAR in your app store and download and start a free trial. Another great crowd here at Nashville Super Speedway, and good finish there for stage one as Martin Truex Jr. was able to hold off Denny Hamlin as the field about to make their way onto pit road now. Parker.
Ryan Blaney did an awesome job to hold off Kevin Harvick there to finish third in the stage with a very tight race car. He moved his line up to the top, so they're going to hopefully make some adjustments here before Goodyear tires for the 12th car and get those adjustments in through air pressure to help loosen them up, Marty.
Parker, this ought to be good head-to-head with the JGR pit crews on pit road for Martin Truex Jr. Fourth stage win of the year. Those are the only playoff points that he owns, 4 of them at this point. Really loose off turn 4 for his teammate, Denny Hamlin. Junior's right. He told me earlier this week, second in the stage means nothing to me. All we're after are playoff points. In fact, when it was over, he said, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't get that done for you. He said, they got the entry where I wanted it, but the exit is really hurting. Hamlin loses a ton of spots here on pit road. Logano, 2 tires, gained 17 positions. Remember, Rick, they pitted in the middle of stage 1 there.
And a 2-tire stop strategy being played on pit road. 17 spots gained.
Introducing the new 3-for-1 bundle, only from Xfinity. It's unlimited internet, streaming, and Xfinity Mobile, all for what you could pay wireless companies for just one 5G unlimited line. Boom shakalaka! Not only do you get fast speed, but you get unlimited data, Wi-Fi equipment, and a free Flex 4K streaming box included, all with a 2-year rate guarantee and no term contract. That's the all-new 3-for-1 bundle. It's a whole new way to save with Xfinity. Switch today.
Now that you can get anything delivered with Uber Eats, can you eat anything you get delivered? I'd say probably. Oh, maybe not.
Pain used to keep me from what I love most. Not anymore. Blue Emu gave me my horsepower back. It's the powerful relief my joints need.
Blue Emu. It works fast and you won't stink.
If you pay less for auto insurance, but the coverage and service let you down, you might suffer from Saver's Remorse. Avoid Saver's Remorse and switch to Amica. For superior coverage, award-winning service, affordable rates, and every possible discount. Together, we can put an end to Saver's Remorse. Because saving on auto insurance shouldn't mean sacrificing coverage and service. Amica Auto Insurance. Get your quote today.
We got the house! Pods handles the driving. Pack at your pace, store your things until you're ready, then we deliver to your new home, across town or across the country. Pods, your personal moving and storage team.
eBay Motors, they have all the right parts at the right prices. Whether I'm on 2 wheels, 4 wheels, or no wheels. Let's ride!
Getting ready for the start of stage 2. Before we do that, let's head back downtown in Nashville and go to Legends Corner where Rutt is with City View.
Rick, you can't talk about a correlation between country music and NASCAR without talking about this guy, Marty Robbins. Marty Robbins had 17 #1 Billboard country hits, but you know what? He also loved racing. He raced in over 35 races, 35 cup races in NASCAR, but he loved racing at the Nashville Fairgrounds, so much so that when he was scheduled to be on the Grand Ole Opry, they would move him to the last set of the night so he could go race, change his clothes, and then perform. The coolest thing to me is when I asked my buddy Kyle Petty, hey, what do you really jump out about Marty Robbins? He said, well, obviously he was a legend. He was incredible. He said, but the king, Richard Petty, made me call him when I wanted to race the 42 and ask, could I have that number back? And Marty Robbins said, oh, of course, that's Lee's number. I know you want to run it. So yeah, I'll just run the 6. Unbelievable. This guy loved racing, loved country music so much. And what a legend he was, guys.
Thanks, Rutt. And we appreciate all the hits from Nashville. The 10 team, Eric Almirola, caught for speeding on pit road.
And you mentioned it. The 22 took 2 tires. He had pitted a little bit later than most, but still 25 laps on those left side tires. We'll see how this works out for Logano.
The entire field will be watching.
Yeah, for sure.
Martin Truex Jr. will be on the outside. Logano on the inside for the restart here. Good push from Ryan Blaney on the 22 of Logano, and that gets Logano out front. Way up the racetrack goes Blaney chasing it. And now Logano trying to block as the 19's making the move on the outside again.
Truex was able to stay on that quarter panel. Carries that speed down the back straightaway, clear into the lead. Now Logano has his teammate on his outside. He doesn't want to lose too many positions here. We know he's got just 2 right side tires. You don't want to get too far back in traffic in dirty air with just 2 tires against 4 tires surrounding him.
Look how clean the racetrack is. All the rubber got pulled up during the caution.
Harvick jumping on the outside of Denny Hamlin, making it 3 wide. Bubba Wallace continuing his march to the front. Denny Hamlin's first time he's been back this far. His car is going to drive completely different than it has all day long in this dirty air. He's had clean air all day, running second and really at the worst. Now he has a completely different animal he's dealing with.
You mentioned the 11 back in traffic and how it's going to change his car. The other thing is, you know, we had that little bit of delay. The clouds have come over. It's 10, 12 degrees cooler out. That's going to change the balance on some cars, which the field is looking for it to change. The 19, man, he is unbelievable in his restarts. But you see it's all the way down to a chilly 84 degrees if you bet in Nashville this weekend.
Look at Blaney keeping pace with Truex in the 19. Short run speed on his 12 car. They seem to be improving this car with each time they're down pit road.
Why not the 19 and the 12? The 2 guys just outside of the win column. Why not have them run 1-2?
Yeah, 2 guys, 2 veterans that have wins under their belt, but not this year. So they haven't locked themselves into the playoffs. Martin Truex Jr. out front. Blaney, and it's Logano, Christopher Bell, and Kyle Busch, the top 5. Listen into Truex's radio.
Just try and manage your right rear here. Long run.
Right. Feels like when I backed it off, it gets looser though. That's my only worry.
Yeah, copy on that. Use your judgment. You know more than me.
Austin Cindric right there. He was falling back into the pack. He had a good restart, but immediately started falling back. Obviously a problem.
The 19 radio managed the right rear. That tells me that the 19 builds loose. They feel it either wear or heat on the right rear tire, so some direction of his team to try to not abuse that tire early. We'll see if he's able to do that while keeping pace in front of the 12.
Watch this 18 car for 3rd place. Ben running the top. He's going to go to the inside here on the 22 Logano. Try to wrap the bottom. 4 tires on that 18 car down low. 2 new right side tires on the top here. Here comes the 20. His teammate, Christopher Bell's going to try to help with an assist on Kyle Busch. Kyle dives down into the corner. Logano struggling to try to find pace with these tires. It's probably an experiment they might not repeat the rest of the race.
He was struggling before, though. He did not have a fast race car and fallen back into the field. So it's hard for me to say right now that it's the 2 tires or just his car is the way he wants it to be, Marty.
Well, and Jeff, just keep in mind, they were running 9th when Paul Wolf made that move, middle of stage 1, to come down, take on those 4 tires. And, Steve, that really set up the 2-tire stop. So if you're going to experiment in a race as a crew chief, Steve, you want to do it in stage 1. Now they'll have all this information to go back to later in the race.
Yeah, and crew chief, it isn't just, 10 years ago, it was 1 move at a time. Now these crew chiefs are truly playing chess 2 or 3 moves ahead. So Paul Wolf put those tires on because it opened up the playbook. He was probably thinking 2 tires the whole time. And even if this doesn't work, he was 18. He's now 5th. Even if he falls back to, say, 10th before the pit cycle, it's still net gain and information, as Marty points out.
Good battle with Eric Jones and Kyle Larson. Eric Jones went to the bottom. Larson wanted that bottom, took the air away from him, and way up the racetrack Larson goes. Look how many spots it lost him.
Gap continues to close now between race leader Martin Truex Jr. and Ryan Blaney. We'll see if Blaney has any better luck when he gets to the back bumper of Martin Truex Jr. than Denny Hamlin did at the end of stage 1. There you see Harvick going by the 22 of Logano.
Harvick takes that position from Joey at the 22, and behind them, the 23 of Bubba Wallace, the 11. All those those guys trying to chase down Joey as we see the battle for the lead. As you mentioned, Rick, continue to tighten up. Martin continues to run that high defensive line. He likes the pace and the feel of the car up there. Now Blaney's going to try to go even higher. Little bump over the tunnel right there.
And the shift. It's Truex Jr. up front here at Nashville Superspeedway.
For my dad, technology is a struggle.
Turn off the light! No!
Oh, I shouldn't have clicked on that. Since Toyota gave fans the opportunity, I came up with the solution to all his problems.
Oh yeah, I can take care of this.
Maybe I should have watched some reviews on betting first.
What will you design? Enter for a chance to win at SponsorFire.com.
I've always wanted to do that.
Next round on me.
When you use the app to get free medium fries and drink with your quarter pounder with cheese, be sure to save some fries for after, because the ketchup that falls from the QPC just hits different.
Wow, what a moment.
Unbelievable.
Hello. What a shot.
A round of 64.
Yes, he did. And he buried it.
Oh, I've seen it all. This is unbelievable.
COVID-19. Some people get it, and some people can get it bad. And for those who do get it bad, it may be because they have a high risk factor, such as heart disease, diabetes, being overweight, asthma, or smoking. Even if symptoms feel mild, these factors can increase your risk of COVID-19 turning severe. So if you're at high risk and test positive, don't wait. Ask your healthcare provider right away if an authorized oral treatment is right for you.
But also if you have sneezed, like a good flight. No, haha. Hey, look at my Dulce minibus!
Minions, rated PG. Only in theaters Friday.
It's NASCAR Cup Series, the Ally 400 on NBC. And as we're closing in now on the halfway point of this race, let's get a few updates. We'll start with Marty.
Rick, let's get some credit to Bubba Wallace. What a run. You guys mentioned it earlier. 30th to 6th for Wallace. And he told me earlier this weekend, I've been working really hard to carry over a positive attitude, not only race to race, but stage to stage, where you can take a lot of positives out of this early run for Wallace, knocking on the door of that top 5. Dave?
Marty, taking a look at Eric Jones, who, when you start 23rd on the day, you just hope to go forward and make up spots. And he has done that, including this last restart, where he reported back the fire-off was much better. Restarted 17th, worked his way up to 13th. So Jones having a good afternoon in the 43 car. And as for the 5 of Kyle Larson, well, he's been dropping back. Restarted 11th there, fell back to 16th. We showed you that whoa moment where his car got out of shape, but he's just been talking about not having pace. In fact, when he drove the car harder to try to make it happen, the car got too free on him. So the driver just saying not a lot of pace in the 5 this afternoon, Parker.
Well, Dave, in an unfortunate turn of events for Austin Cindric in the 2 car, about 10 laps ago, we saw him make an unscheduled green flag stop. He thought he had a loose wheel. They changed all 4 wheels and tires now, looked him over and told him, unfortunately, they didn't see anything. Jeremy Bullins, his crew chief, said, we'll talk about it after the race, Marty.
And Parker, one thing all the spotters are talking about and drivers are starting to notice, some raindrops around the speedway starting to fall. Certainly picks up the sense of urgency a little bit, but we have 70 to go in stage 2, so a long way to go here to even get to halfway.
Well, today, though, Marty, would be 150 laps would be considered an official race. So 34 laps until the 150 mark. That would be an official race if rain does come. But when I look at the radar, it's a small little blip. I'm not saying we won't get a shower, Rick, but it would have to change dramatically if I thought it was going to end the race.
And the gap still has not closed between Ryan Blaney and the 12 and the 19 of Martin Truex Jr.
You know, I'm a little surprised, guys, that look where Martin Truex Jr. is running. You know, he's solid third lane, fourth lane sometimes. Most of the field, though, is still pretty much wrapping the bottom of the racetrack. Surprised more people haven't tried to run where he's running.
And we see this lead really unchanged over the last several laps, but when we look in the back of the top of the screen there, that 18 car driving from the back of the field, Kyle Busch, he's closing in on these guys a little bit at a time. Rain. Talking about rain on the windshield, some drops. We don't really see anything outside the window here, but caution's out.
Yellow for rain. Yellow for rain. Watch.
It does come out for the precipitation.
And I applaud NASCAR. You know, it's so easy to say we need to stay under green and get to 150 and do all those things. But this place is slick. I mean, you're running 130, 40, 50 miles an hour. You just can't have a downpour in one corner.
And yesterday, right during qualifying, we had a perfect looking day. And then instantly we had a massive storm, dumped a ton of water. So they've had issues in the past where they've had some quick showers sneak up on them. And that's kind of what type of weather we had today.
You're telling me I was down on the Peacock pit box. It rained quick, hard and quick.
Yep. All right, guys, so let's go back and tell the Joey Logano story. Put on 2 tires, right? Fell back to 9th, but he was running 18th before he put on 2 tires. So a net gain of 9 positions. So, you know, you can say the 2 tires didn't work, but it gave you some track position right here.
Yeah, I think they need to work on the balance a little bit to improve just the overall pace in that car, but
turning it off and on. Saving a little fuel.
So Rick, this is a little awkward for the crew chiefs, right? You look at 29 laps complete, so 67 basically to go in this stage, 66. You have to ask yourself, if we're running the whole race, this is a fuel window opportunity. Fill your car up and you can run to the end of stage 2. You know, that would be the call to make sure you don't lose a lap, have to pit under green. What's your radar say, right? Do you believe this rain's going to build? I don't believe it is, but we see what a win can get you. It can be playoff burst, so is someone going to try something crazy? I mean, you see it's just a little spot that's jumped out, so I think pit road will be busy, but, you know, I just put it out there that maybe somebody might think different than us up here.
Is this where a crew chief gambles and you think, okay, I might know the weather better than others and I'm going to do something different?
It would be a big gamble, but you have to ask yourself, you know, what are you willing to risk? If you look towards the bottom of our pylon, we have Harrison Burton in 19th. Brad Keselowski in 20th. Those are 2 cars that when you look at the points, it would be a tall task to think they're going to point their way into the playoffs. So maybe they gamble, but this would be this would be, instead of taking an extra card in blackjack, this would be more like 1 chip at the roulette table. You're going to have to get super, super lucky, but we've seen it before, so we'll see what they do. Marty.
Well, Steve, I think crew chiefs are thinking they're going to pit here because when they look at that radar that you guys showed a moment ago, there's nothing behind it. So everyone kind of thinks that this is going to pass very quickly, to your point you made a moment ago. So they're going to go ahead and make stops here because you can make it to the end of the stage from this point. And yes, hear all the crew chiefs saying now, bring it to us.
Yeah, that would be my choice. We saw yesterday in Xfinity Series race, some chose to stay out and they ended up having to pit under green and really hurt them. There's still a lot of racing to go. So now it's back on the pit crew. Let's see who can perform. Parker.
Ryan Blaney will pit from the 2nd position here. They told him he slid a little too far in his box last time, so back it up. Don't go quite as far to the sign. They called for red, so we'll see what this is. It looks like it'll be 4 Goodyear tires for Blaney, who asks for a little bit more turn in the center, Marty.
Martin Truex Jr. saw Blaney in his rearview mirror and kind of reassured the team, I'm running the pace I need. Just trust me here. Again, trying to take care of that right rear, as he mentioned a moment ago. Kyle Busch said the car is all over the track. In fact, in one radio transmission, he said it's loose, it's tight, I'm on top of the racetrack. I have no idea what to tell you to do. 4 fresh Goodyear tires for Kyle Busch and a few changes as well.
Good stop for the 19 team. Blaney also holding their position, as does Kyle Busch. A spot for Harvick and 3 for Hamlin on pit road.
with Connections Academy, a family-focused approach to tuition-free online public school, as it should be.
Janice.
What's up, Doug? Hi, Cheryl.
What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. We've been doing it for American racing for over 50 years. Fuel your best.
Sonic Summer Snacks. New items every month, all summer long. The Sonic Summer Snacking Menu, starting at $1.49, only in the Sonic app.
Why is Roger happy? It's the little things Carvana does. See, Roger wants to sell his car, stat. Little things like getting a real offer in 2 minutes really make Roger happy. So does Carvana's customer advocate, Caitlin, picking up his car at promptly 10 a.m.
Hi, are you Roger?
Berglund, with the Honda Accord? Yes, I am. It's right over there. Will I be getting...
And he loves that Caitlin pays him on the spot. Yep, Raj, it's the little things that drive you happy. We'll drive you happy at Carvana.
I've never seen anything like that.
Thursday on Today, country music star Keith Urban, live on the Plaza, calling all your wild hearts to kick off July 4th celebrations. It's the City Concert Series, only on Today.
With a guaranteed championship opportunity on the line, your favorite superstars will do whatever it takes to seize their moment. Don't miss WWE Money in the Bank Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific, streaming live on Peacock, and catch WWE Raw every Monday at 8, 7 Central, only on USA. And speaking of superstars, how about WWE superstar Sheamus? He's with Marty.
Hey, Rick, you never know who you'll find at a racetrack. Sheamus is here hanging out. So SummerSlam's coming to Nashville later this summer, right?
That's right, yeah. July 30th at the Nissan Stadium, home of the Tennessee Titans. If there was a roof in that place, you'd blow it off. But as I said, this is my home away from home here in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm enjoying the race right now. There's a lot of change going on the leaderboard. I'm hoping Kyle Busch, or at least when you make Corey LaJoie gets across the checkered flag.
Before the trip back to Nashville, Money in the Bank's coming up, too. I know you look forward to that.
Yeah, the only thing is ladders, man. I'm not great in ladders. When I was going up to wave the green flag, it just brought a bit of a flashback from all those matches. They're some of the toughest matches I ever had, but yeah, that's this Saturday. It's going to be in Vegas, but both Money in the Bank and SummerSlam are going to be on Peacock. So you've got Peacock, you can watch the action, fella. I'll get Marty out there, too. You're right, Marty. Come on.
There we go. Hometown guy, loving the NASCAR race here today.
And that was, of course, moments ago when Marty was able to catch up with Sheamus, the Grand Marshal honorary starter. He was up on the flag stand for the start of this race.
And, Rick, there's a lot to unpack in that entire pit cycle. We saw the 23 of Bubba Wallace have some sort of issue, came back down pit road, worked on the corner of the car. It sounded on the radio like they were cleaning up the threads from perhaps a wheel being loose.
And
but then, yeah, I was going to say, then he didn't leave pit road in time, and he lost a lap. So the issue got multiplied. And then we had the 9 on pit road. Dave, it's busy down there.
Whole lot of things going on, Steve. The 9 of Chase Elliott will be starting way far back. They had a slow stop on the left front. So after that happened, Alan Gustafson called Chase Elliott back down pit road to make a big adjustment on the right rear, which had been building too much and freeing up the car way too much. So took the opportunity to do that. Daniel Suarez, on the other hand, was leaving pit road when they called him to stop because the left rear was not, the left front was not on tight. They came back, tightened it up, sent him back out, but he'll start back in, I believe, 22nd once the choose is done, Marty.
Let's chat with Booty Barker. So what exactly happened there? You guys had just gotten to 4th.
Had a loose left rear. So we had to come back down and put it tight.
And then you had to do the chaser nut to make sure that the thread was okay?
Yes, because if it puts it on, we don't get it stitched back up and come off later.
There you go. So they lost a ton of track position. As you mentioned, gone down a lap. Bubba Wallace not very happy. Booty Barker reassuring him, much like he did after qualifying, we are not out of the game.
Bart Truex Jr. on the outside, Blaney. Blaney on the inside for this restart.
Blaney on the inside for this restart.
Blaney on the inside for this restart. Blaney on the inside for this restart. Blaney on the inside for this restart. Blaney on the inside for this restart. Blaney on the inside for this restart. Blaney on the inside for this restart. Blaney on the inside for this restart. Blaney on the inside for this restart. Blaney on the inside for this restart. Blaney on the inside for this restart. Blaney on the inside for this restart. Blaney on the inside for this restart. Blaney on the inside for this restart. Blaney on the inside for this restart. Blaney on the inside for this restart. Blaney on the inside for this restart. Blaney on the inside for this restart. Blaney on the inside for this restart. Blaney on the inside for this restart. Blaney on the inside for this restart. Blaney on the inside for this restart. Blaney on the inside for this restart. Blaney on the inside for this restart. Blaney on the inside for this restart. Blaney on the ins
Kyle Larson had a speeding penalty right there. He's got to start in the back.
Ross
Chastain, yeah, in the middle, 3 wide. Just zinging by them.
Grabbed a couple spots real quick right there. I mean, these guys are so aggressive on these restarts. It's such a great time, great opportunity to make some spots up.
Hamlin has worked his way by the 4 of Kevin Harvick. He's running 4th now.
Blaney trying to hang on the side of this 19 car. Truex. Truex up high, Blaney down low. Shallow entry to 1 for Blaney. Truex arcs it off in there. He's going to have great acceleration on corner exit.
Denny Hamlin up to 3rd now as he's past the 18 of Kyle Busch. And still they race for the lead.
A little bit of side draft still works in these cars. You can see Blaney trying to get some of that. Right around the bottom at 12 car. Look at this here. 1 car sliding up the track a little bit into the side of the 20. Slows them both down. Kurt Busch trying to help Christopher Bell back here, still battling for the lead.
And now Blaney with a nose in front of the 19, but not enough room to complete the pass.
That was a slide job. Just didn't work out.
They slowed them down both so much. Here comes Hamlin.
And Hamlin fighting for the lead once again.
Hamlin up the racetrack a little bit. He's going to take away the line from the 12 car. Blaney. Here comes Truex with the run to the outside of his teammate. Great racing right here after this restart.
Hamlin saw how different his car was back there in traffic. He wants this clean air. Wants to get this lead back.
Yep. And Blaney thinks he has the better car of any of them. He just needs to get another chance to get up there and take the lead. Look at this slide job.
Wow, he just drove so far into the corner.
Here comes Truex, though, back on the inside.
Show 2 out the back to 2 wide.
That's brought everybody behind them up into this mix. Side by side, Kyle Busch and the 12 of Blaney as the 2 leaders still battle. 2 teammates battling down the back straightaway, almost contact.
Rick Truex has loved the outside. He's having to learn how to drive his car down here on the bottom.
Junior, you almost used the right word. You were going to say mess, and you threw out the word mix. It has definitely been a mess up here in front, and still undecided as Truex Jr. fights on the inside, trying to hold on to the top spot. Denny Hamlin working the outside perfectly.
3 out the back again. Still in there at your left rear. 3 out the back. No run. No run.
These two stay side by side for the lead. And right behind them, ready to pounce, is the 18 of Kyle Busch.
Kyle's way high up the racetrack. Going to have a pretty good run here down the straightaway.
3 out the back with no run. You in the 19 here.
See what Hamlin's doing. He's driving really deep in the corner to keep Truex from trying that slide job. As long as Hamlin carries that much speed in the corner, Truex can't overdrive the entry and try to slide up in front of him. Hamlin taking that option away from him.
Slowly but surely, let's bring the 18 car into this. He's going higher and higher, trying to get clean air up the racetrack. Keep his car turning. He might be able to get to the outside of that 19 here down the straightaway. Not quite big enough run.
Hamlin clears the 19. A little bit of a run here out of Kyle Busch now. What will he do with it?
Truex is going to climb the banking and kind of play a little defense. I've been coming to NASCAR races since 1995, and I have never seen quite this style of racing. Like that pass from the 11, he just drives in way farther than the 19 up the track. Before that would have killed your momentum, and he just takes the air. It's fascinating, Marty.
And Steve, Jeff nailed it. That was a battle more than anything else for clean air. At the end of that last run, Denny Hamlin said, wow, that was way different back in the pack. This clean air means everything today. Truex had it, kept the lead. Hamlin's now got it, and he's checking out.
That's what he did at the beginning of the race as well. Led the first 70 laps of this race.
See at the bottom of the screen, Christopher Bell trying his hardest to get by this 12 car up the racetrack. Blaney's going to stay there on the outside. Down the front straightaway. Right behind him, Ross Chastain with a good run. Who's he going to help? Where's he going to go? To the top of the racetrack. Still side by side off of 2.
One thing that's happened with these cars, Junior, is these cars can run side by side better than any cars we've ever seen in NASCAR's history. They're able to run side by side without pulling the air off of that inside car. And In the past, Christopher Bell would be sideways loose right here, but you can see how tight he actually got.
Oh, man.
Really close there.
Yeah. A lot of trust between the guy beside you when you drive up the track to him to get the side draft.
And now here's Chastain working to the inside, trying to get by the 12.
I think Chastain has, he might not be quite as good as the Gibbs, but he's one of the better cars in the field, and I think he's suffering from that dirty air we're talking about. If he can clear these guys, get back up in the top 3, I think he has a car to win. He's worked hard after some issues on pit road to try to drive through this field. We mentioned the issue for Bubba Wallace, but it actually got Tyler Reddick involved. Bubba Wallace stops. Look right here. Smoked front tires. Reddick runs into him. Has to pit a second time for damage. Currently 25th. We'll have to see how much that damage hurts the 8 car.
The Minions are coming to IHOP with an all-new menu you're going to love. Excuse me. Sir? We just cleaned the windows.
Enjoy the Minions menu at IHOP. For a limited time, kids eat free. And catch Minions: The Rise of Gru, only in theaters.
I've always wanted to do that.
Next round on me.
For tires, I only trust Goodyear. So I wear Skechers with Goodyear rubber for incredible traction, durability, and stability. If Goodyear rubber can handle what this piece throws at it, just imagine how well it'll perform on your feet. Try Skechers with Goodyear.
It's Minion Mayhem on Ninja Warrior.
This dude is a fighter. Go Superman!
And during Ninja, catch an exclusive sneak peek of Minions: The Rise of Gru. The Ninja Warrior Minion event. Monday on NBC.
Let's go.
Here we go in Mid-Ohio.
Caution has come back out this time for another lightning strike. And so they will be bringing the cars back onto the pit road here in just a moment. Again, a mandatory 30 minutes waiting period after a lightning strike. And so we've experienced this once already. It was in stage 1 after 41 laps of racing were complete. And now, after 139 laps have been completed, they will bring them back onto pit road for the second time for lightning this evening. Out front, Denny Hamlin. Lifted by Martin Truex Jr. Kyle Busch currently in the 3rd spot. So Joe Gibbs Racing really flexing their muscles here, Steve.
Joe Gibbs Racing and the Toyotas. Much was made from their lack of speed at Sonoma. A poor effort by their own accord, right? They didn't have a car inside the top 17. There was a lot of words in the media. Well, whatever that did, whatever that sparked, they have rebounded because they've come here to Nashville with the fastest cars. Truex, unbelievable. Hamlin, great. Really, they're all up there. Bubba Wallace, I think, has a fast car as well. Trouble on pit road, they'll cost him a lap. if he gets fortunate enough to kind of get recovered, I think he can get back up front. But this has been an impressive run out of the Toyotas. That's really the takeaway. Early we weren't real sure, but the longer we run, it's clear they're the cars to beat.
All right, let's bring the drivers in. Have you seen anything different than the Toyota domination up to this point?
Well, there's a couple Fords kind of hanging around right behind those Toyotas. Blaney and Kevin Harvick, a guy we really hadn't talked about much over the last couple of years, has had some struggles trying to find some speed, especially this year with this new car. Wasn't very good in practice, which you mentioned, Jeff, early in the show, but he's had a great car his whole race. They seem to be improving the car as they go, and he's just kind of hovering right there. We know he's the kind of guy that holds a little bit in his pocket. He might not be showing us all the pace that car has just yet, but he's right back there ready to strike.
Yeah, a lot of mistakes we've seen on pit road. We've seen speed penalties. We've seen teams have to go back in a box, get the wheels back tight. Tyler Reddick, Bubba Wallace had a problem, just stopped in front of him, and he ran into him. So a lot of problems. Who can get that cleaned up, right? You're not going to win this race if you keep making mistakes.
Crews making their way out to the cars. Again, a mandatory 30 minutes break for the teams.
COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too by asking your healthcare provider if an oral
Let's go.
This one before, darling, are you for sure? Play it back and forth inside your head. One, two.
He's just doing his thing. Let him focus.
Are they talking about me? Here it comes.
Why don't you give me one chance? Let me know, let me know. Remember all that we played back before I wouldn't go.
Taste. Thin, crispy, buttery, delicious. Taste the love. Taste.
Jurassic World Dominion is the #1 movie in the world 2 weeks in a row.
We're fortunate to have Brewed with Valencia orange peel, Blue Moon is one of a kind. Every time.
No, it's just because I won't even lie. No, it's never gonna be the same without you. I don't even know my name without you. I won't even last a day.
Bud Light next. Zero carbs.
You even let me. We stay together. Standing over there, for you and me. Can't you see our love felt like it was heaven sent from above?
The Minions are coming to IHOP with an all-new menu you're going to love. Excuse me.
Enjoy the Minions menu at IHOP. For a limited time, kids eat free and catch Minions: The Rise of Gru.
things in life.
And what we have seen up to this point, is there a favorite out there right now, guys?
Well, I know the Joe Gibbs cars and Toyotas are fast, but this track's going to be completely different than these guys have faced all weekend long. A lot cooler temperatures, greener racetrack with the rain. So your car might not drive the same way. It might drive a little bit different for the rest of the race tonight.
Who's going to use this time right here where they can go and look at data, run simulations, spend this time understanding that change that's going to happen in this racetrack? All the rubber is getting washed off, sprayed off. This is the coolest the racetrack would have been at any point that they've ever been on this racetrack, including last year. So who's gonna understand what changes to make, take advantage of it? There's an opportunity right there for somebody that's running not good enough to win this race to make the right changes to put themselves in position to make it happen tonight.
And Steve, Jeff brings up a great point. As a crew chief, is there enough changes in the car that you can make because of how big of a change this track has taken?
Well, I think they're going to be thankful that we're 16 races into the season. I'm not sure they'd have known that week 1 or week 2, but almost halfway through, these teams have found how to adjust on these cars. I think there is enough adjustment, and someone's going to make all the right choices.
And again, a reminder, when this race resumes, it will be on USA Network either later tonight, potentially at 10:30 Eastern, or tomorrow at noon Eastern. Coming up next on NBC, America's Got Talent, except on the West Coast.
Fourth of July weekend on NBC, USA, and Peacock.
This is Money in the Bank. Here we go in Mid-Ohio.
And they're under green at Road America.
An incredible Independence Day celebration.
I've never seen anything like that.
There's really only one number that matters in sports. The number 1. That's why FanDuel built the #1 rated sportsbook app with the most popular parlays and faster payouts, with winnings hitting your bank account in as little as 2 hours. So if you want the best, bet with the best. FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers get a $1,000 no-sweat first bet. Get up to $1,000 in free bets if your first bet doesn't win.
NBC4 and Telemundo 47, working together for you.
Welcome to America's Got Talent. Hi, what's your name? Autumn Walker. Zandra.
Put your hands together.
Blew me away. They call me I love everything about you. They call me Sofia Vergara. They call me
Are you okay?
They call me
You deserve to be here on the biggest stage in the world. Thanks.
Real family entertainment.
You're being naughty. Sophia, are you okay?
Yeah, I just wanted to mix it up a little to make a big entrance.
I'm so sorry, Sophia. There's nothing else I can say to that, guys. I love you. Let's make it happen. Oh my goodness, you guys look so good. I'm Terry Crews. What is the name of your act?
We are the Cupcakes.
Audience, are we ready to see some talent? All right, then go out there and meet
judges, make it happen.
Who do we have here?
The Cupcakes! We are representing North Hollywood. The Cupcakes!
Not cupcake.
Cub.
Cub.
It's with a B. Like a little cookie muffin thing.
No, that's a cupcake. I don't think I should be the one trying to.
By the way, who's the youngest, who's the oldest?
I'm 14 years old. And I'm 10 years old.
And what makes you different from similar acts?
Everybody here has such a different story, so no matter who's watching it, they can connect with each different person here.
Good, I love that.
Well, I wish all of you good luck. Thank you.
Perfect. The energy, the output, the music.
To succeed in this business, you've got to have personality, and you did everything you should have done with that audition. So I'm going to say yes.
2 yes.
Third yes.
And from me, you're going to get your 4th
I am extremely excited to be on AGT. I'm also a little bit nervous at the same time. By a little bit, I actually mean a lot. Like, I'm very nervous.
Oh, look at this guy. Come here.
Oh, hi. You're adorable. Who are you, James Bond?
Are all of your friends excited to see you on AGT?
I actually thought I wasn't allowed to tell them about it. Was I allowed to?
All right, here we go, folks.
Hello.
Welcome to America's Got Talent.
Thanks.
Who are you?
My name's Ethan Jan. I'm from Redlands, California.
How old are you?
I'm 17 years old.
17 years old, so you're in school.
Yeah, I'm a junior in high school.
And what do you want to be when you grow up?
I actually don't really have much of an idea.
Well, what are you going to do for us?
Just going to do a quick Rubik's Cube act.
You make it sound so much more exciting than it actually is.
Yeah.
Do you think you can win this contest? Well, that's the spirit.
Yeah.
Okay. I cannot wait to see what you're going to do right here.
Thanks.
Go ahead, buddy.
Prime Video.